everyone, it is review time, and I'm so excited that I've got to tell you right off the top, this is for one of my favorite films of the year so far. It's the documentary, Won't You Be My Neighbor? It's directed by Morgan Neville, and it covers the career and the philosophies of Fred Rogers, the creator of the children's program, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I did watch the show growing up, and I do vaguely remember sparking a connection to Mr. Rogers simply because he was an adult who listened and who understood. There was a warmth and a comfort to the show that it offered me, and that's just something that I do remember appreciating as a kid, but it wasn't something that I ever revisited or really even considered for a moment as an adult. That is, until now, and the sky-high value of so many of those lessons to me right now is kind of overwhelming. There's just a beautiful simplicity to the core of many of his messages. For example, one that you've probably heard in the promotional material for this film. Love is at the root of everything. But as warm and loving as Fred Rogers' presentation was, he wasn't in the business of just sugarcoating concepts for kids to make them friendlier, more hopeful, more appealing. It's highlighting the important concept, which is love is at the root of everything, but also expounding on it in a very realistic way that doesn't make it feel black or white, yes or no, but rather something that can be applied to different people in different scenarios at different points in their lives. Love is at the root of everything, all learning, all parenting, all relationships, love or the lack of it. And after watching the documentary, I think it's that element of his lessons that make them so applicable throughout your life. And with that realization, I was kind of flooded with the warmth and comfort and encouragement of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood all over again. But don't expect to go into Won't You Be My Neighbor and get an hour and 34 minutes of reiterating lessons from the original show. Neville puts together a really powerful blend of archival footage and interviews that paint, to me, what felt like an unprecedented behind-the-scenes look at the show and also of Fred Rogers himself. And this behind-the-scenes look further strengthened certain assumptions that I made about Fred Rogers and also revealed cracks that I never knew existed. One of the most incredible effects of the way that the documentary is constructed is that those cracks didn't take away from how I viewed Fred Rogers as a kid, which was pretty much just what I saw on television. It humanizes him in a way that actually bolsters a lot of his lessons. Kindness all day, every day is a wonderful picture to paint, but that's not reality, and you need to know how to kindly and ethically handle the tougher times, and seeing him manage certain challenges himself really just further enriched all of his teachings to me. The only criticism I have of Won't You Be My Neighbor is that I wanted more, especially more of some of those more challenging times that are covered in the last third of the film. So perhaps the documentary could have dug a little deeper there, but I've got to use a phrase that you've probably heard to describe this movie already at one point since its Sundance premiere. I needed this movie. I needed it right now. Won't You Be My Neighbor is getting 4.5 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. No, I can't say if there was another show just like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood out there right now, I'd sit down and watch it on a regular basis, but being reminded of the very high value he placed on helping, being kind to others, and kind to yourself is something that I'm convinced I would benefit from if I was reminded of it more regularly, and it makes me value Fred Rogers and his legacy more than I ever have. So that's my review of Won't You Be My Neighbor. If and when you see the movie, do share your thoughts in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what you think. And now it's time to send some thanks straight to 3 Patreon supporters, and they are Wiley Todd, Stephen Garrow, and Clifford Sakata. Thank you guys for returning to the campaign yet again. Making these videos makes me happy, so thank you for helping me to continue to do that. Thanks to everybody watching this review right now. Please like and share it, and I'll see you soon with even more of them.